Hey friends, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, are you ready for a bomb? Christmas Bomb is a 13% Imperial Stout brewed with spices from Prairie Artisan Ales in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And for proof, just look at all the Christmas and winter themed beers that are on the shelves. We got Celebration Ale, we got Christmas Ale, beer advent calendars, even Christmas Bomb from Prairie Artisan Ales. And that's what I'm going to be looking at today. I haven't had anything other than sours from Prairie, so I'm curious to see what all the fuss is about with this Christmas Bomb, the Bomb series. So let's take a look at the label and get it into a glass. But first, I'd like to thank my executive producers, Brian Kramer, David Jeffries, Chad Shirk, and Cam Freeman for helping to bring this review to you today. If you'd like to become a producer, help out the channel, or maybe just throw me a couple bucks to buy me a beer, take a look at my Patreon at patreon.drafttherapy.com, where you can get early access to these videos and a few other special perks available only to patrons. Go check it out. Let's take a look at the label here. They're having a lot of fun here with this Christmas Bomb. This one, Christmas Bomb, just because it's on the top here, I'll just mention it. This was packaged on October 21st, 2021. We start at the top. They have the fish on the cap, the catfish. Looks like he's smoking a cigarette. And then if we look at the label, it looks like Santa Claus is basically taking this guy's wife away. Santa's got his shades on. He's like, hey, see you later. And the guy's out yelling out of the window. And the thing that's pretty cool about this label that I like quite a bit is that it's like a spot the difference puzzle on the right side, on the left side. They are very similar looking, but there are differences. It says, can you spot the differences? There are 11. And then right in the middle here, it says Prairie Artisan Ales Christmas Bomb Imperial Stout brewed with spices. Has a couple Christmas ornaments, Christmas tree ornaments on the top here, and then has the government warning, all the deposit information. And then underneath on the very bottom, it says brewed and packaged by Krebs Brewing Company in McAlester, Oklahoma. But Prairie is out of Oklahoma City. So, yeah, not a whole lot going on, but just enough for you to notice. I'm going to take my Arvon Brewing Company glass that I just got. This is the Candy Harvest 21 glass. It's a bit of an oversized snifter. And we're going to go ahead and pop the top and take a look, take a sniff, and do all the stuff that we do. Set the cap to the side there. Take a sniff on the bottle. Wow. That's like gingerbread. Big time ginger spice coming out. Nutmeg, a little bit of allspice. I'm not really getting anything other than this really strong, rich gingerbread aroma. Smells delicious, though. It smells really good, like something that you'd want to drink, which is always a good thing. Let's go ahead and pour it. Very dark, looks very thick, looks very viscous coming out of the bottle itself. Going to get a little bit more aggressive here and just kind of dump it out there. There's a little drip that was hanging on. And getting about a half a finger of head. It is dark. It's on the dark side. It looks a little bit, it actually looks like gingerbread. It has that darker brown kind of color to it. Go ahead and hold it up to the light here. Yeah, that's opaque. Sometimes on these glasses, even on the bottom, on the bulb of the glass, you can kind of see a color here, but it looks just dark. There's not really any other kind of, distinguishing look to it. It's not transparent. It's very opaque. Putting a nose on the glass. Again, just more of the same on the spice side. Gingerbread, getting maybe a little bit of cinnamon, getting nutmeg, getting some kind of allspice, getting definitely, again, just getting really strong, just gingerbread vibes. Just all the way through. Not really much else to say. The head has completely died down. It is just sitting around on the edges of the glass. Try it out. Cheers. Wow. As we do, I'm going to talk about the mouthfeel first, because there's a lot going on with the flavor. So the mouthfeel is just borderline syrupy. It's very heavy. It clings to coats your mouth. It clings to your tongue. You get a nice kind of flavor that just sits there on your tongue. Again, just on the lighter side of heavy, almost just a tad lighter than syrup, to be perfectly honest with you. Let's go ahead and talk about the taste here. Lots of flavors going on here. Lots of different things. On the nose, like I said, you're getting a lot of gingerbread on the nose. You're getting a lot of that nutmeg kind of the same as what you were getting on the nose, the same thing I was getting on the aroma is what I'm getting on the actual taste, right? So I'm getting a lot of spices going on, just spices in general, getting a lot of nutmeg, getting a lot of, well, not over, I think the biggest, the heaviest kind of spice that I'm getting on this is nutmeg. There is the nutmeg characteristic. There is a bit of a cinnamon to it. There's a bit of a ginger. There is, like, again, that kind of allspice. But it's also got a nice kind of sweet component to it. It has a little bit of a chocolatey kind of note to it as well. What I'm really picking up on this, like the first thing that kind of comes to mind when I taste something like this, is like pumpkin pie. So getting a big kind of pumpkin pie component to it. I would say it's like pumpkin pie with a little bit of chocolate mixed in there. So you're getting all those spicy notes if you've ever had pumpkin pie before. If you haven't, Thanksgiving's coming up. You should probably go run out and pick up a pumpkin pie so that you know what pumpkin pie tastes like, because it's awesome. If you don't like pumpkin pie, you probably won't like this beer, but it's definitely got a lot of those pumpkin pie kind of vibes to it with a chocolate component to it. So you're getting that kind of pumpkin puree. That's like where the sweetness comes through, is that pumpkin-y kind of note to it. Again, there's the cinnamon, there's the nutmeg, there's the allspice. You're getting a little bit of a chocolatey note to it, just through and through. There's not like some of these stouts that I've had lately, you know, you can taste like, oh, there's a chocolate note, there's a coffee note, there's this other thing to it. This one, because the way that it is just all mixed together, it is very hard to pick apart the individual flavors. It's just one of those things where if you know, you know, right? Like if you've had a beer, or if you've had, again, like I'm saying, this is really comparable to pumpkin pie. If you've had pumpkin pie and you've tasted all these different things, and now that I even talk about pumpkin pie, while I said the mouthfeel was heavy, it is heavy, but it is creamy at the same time. It's got a nice kind of creaminess to it. So you're getting that kind of creamy mouthfeel. You're getting a little bit of that heavy mouthfeel. It is still just slightly under syrupy, but it is very creamy at the same time. So you're getting like that whole gamut of all those different flavors. They just come through at once, but like individually on their own, I don't know if I'd necessarily be super into like a beer that you could taste all these individual things, or even eating a food that had all those individual components might be kind of like, ugh, it's a little bit too much. But just like with baking, the beer is that it's all those flavors wrapping together that really tie the whole beer together. It's what makes it the beer that it is, and what makes it taste so good, like so amazing. This is definitely a sipper. What did I say this was? Like, do they even say on here what the 13% ABV? So yeah, I mean, this is definitely a sipper. It's not something you'd want to down. Like, oh, I'm not going to drink I'm going to get a 4-pack of Christmas Bomb, and I'm going to get bombed. It's going to help you get through the holidays. You might lose some family members. You might be okay with that if you drank a 4-pack. But I think, you know, one of these is really good, and it's a sipper. It's something, if you got a 4-pack, it's one that I feel like you'd want to share. 13% is pretty high, but it's not so over the top that you wouldn't necessarily want to drink more than one. I just feel like the next day I might be feeling this if I drink more than one. Definitely more than two, and if I had mixed it with other beers, it might be a tough day after. But yeah, this is like perfect time of year to get a beer like this, because everybody can kind of come together. And I can tell you that with all the different flavors going on with this, I've only really had sours from Prairie, but I can tell you, having Christmas Bomb, and I had avoided all the other bombs, honestly. They just kind of felt like they were really hyped. But now that I've had Christmas Bomb, it makes me want to try those other Prairie Bomb kind of flavors, you know, the different bomb kind of series that they have. It makes me want to try those, because this is it's really good. It has all those different kind of flavors. Again, it's that kind of amalgamation of all those different flavors. And yeah, it's just really nice to see all these kind of flavors come together. Unique flavors that you don't necessarily always get in beer. You don't necessarily get, you know, nutmeg, cinnamon, allspice, and that kind of creamy mouthfeel to go with it. It's a really nice kind of combination, and it makes me really intrigued to see what else Prairie's up to. All right, friends, that has been Christmas Bomb from Prairie Artisan Ales in Oklahoma City. Have you had previous versions of this? And I'm still looking to hear about your favorite Christmas-themed beers. You can let me know about it all in the comments down below. While you're down there, if you like beer, you might want to subscribe and click that bell. I'm here talking about beer twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's all for free for viewers just like you. And you might miss your newest favorite if you're not subscribed and getting those notifications. You might be able to avoid a clunker if you're getting those notifications. You might say, that's just that beer that he's talking about. It's just not one for me. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by. Remember, drink craft beer, support your local breweries. These guys, again, are in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And most importantly, don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching, everybody. Cheers.